but let's talk about Luka Modric now. Where would you put Luka Modric? I mean, is on course to maybe win his second walk. Another World Cup final, another Ballon d'Or as well. I mean, we talk about the Xavis, Iniestas and the likes, but this guy has been there for Croatia, going all the way, doing it for this team. I remember he was also in action. I saw a tweet from some, I can't remember now, where Messi scored his first Argentina goal. Was it against this Croatia? I think some years ago. Modric was also there as well. Where would you put Modric in terms of your rank for midfielders and what this guy has done? He's done it for Real Madrid, and he's not a star-studded Croatia team, but I mean they find a way to, and he's the driving force of that midfield, doing his thing. So if they go all the way to the final and maybe possibly win it, where would you place Luka Modric among midfield greats?
Naturally, I've always liked Luka Modric. I'm an Arsenal fan. Luka Modric plays for Tottenham Hotspur before he moved to Real Madrid, and under Harry Redknapp, if I'm not mistaken, he put up those performances, other Martinho, so he put up those performances that gets you going gaga, like, whoa, you wish this player was playing for you. And Croatia is a team that I've followed for a very long time. Well, let's start with Yugoslavia before we have Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Croatia. Is a team that I've followed very well, and I've seen the likes of Robert Presinecki, Vominia Boban, Davor Suka, Mario Sanic, and the rest of them. This is a country that I've followed his football very well, and I've fallen in love with them. But you look at Modric. I think Modric, beyond the fact that people have always said he's a system player, put him in a good system and it will give you the best. But I think that what people don't give him credit for, which Xavi got all the credit for back in the day when he was playing for Spain and FC Barcelona, was his intelligence, his football intelligence. His speed has reduced, but his ability to read the game and understand it. I think he is aging just about the same way Andrea Pirlo aged, as a football player. But the difference between him and Andrea Pirlo is the fact that he was good when he was young. Andrea Pirlo happens to be a player that was rejected at one point, that was not good enough at Inter Milan, I think by Red Hodgson, if I'm not mistaken now. And somehow he reinvented himself and became one of the best players to ever play the game. Modric may not have gotten that rejection, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe he got it before he came to Spurs, I don't know. But we really start getting attention of Modric from Spurs.
Slim. There was a thing about him being slim.
Yeah, small
enough to play.
So at least you look at this guy. He's led his country to the semi-finals of the World Cup twice. They may not have won anything at national level. He's won more Champions League than many clubs that you can count in a truckload and still keep counting. He's won the Ballon d'Or as a midfielder. He's also in the Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi era. I don't know what else again he needs to prove. If I'm going to rank him among all-time greats, maybe footballers generally, may not make my top 5, but definitely could squeeze into my top 11. Because my top 5 is way out of his pay grade. In our top 5, you've got Pelé up there, Messi.
Okay, can we say the last 10 years? Let's not bring in, old,
But in the last 10 years, practically, in the last 10 years, I could practically, it will make my top 5. The last 10 years will make my top 5 because as wonderful as Cristiano Ronaldo in that Madrid team, it was the engine. Himself and Cruz was the engine that really made it happen. Just the same way Andres Iniesta and Xavi and Sergio Busquets was the engine that made it happen for Messi. He was that engine alongside Cruz and the other guys that played, Casemiro and the guy before Casemiro, that made that midfield what it is for Cristiano Ronaldo and whoever was in front to get everything going for them. So in the last 10 years, he does make my top 10. Messi is going to be number 1 there, Cristiano Ronaldo number 2, and Luka Modric arguably become number 3.